Yes. Guys, welcome to our podcast.
To the pod.
I can't believe this is happening. Allie said she would never go on the podcast.
That's not true.
You were like, I'm scared. I don't want my opinion on the internet.
Yes. It was because, you know what it was?
What?
You had asked me to do Would You Rather.
Uh-huh.
And I felt like that could go, in my opinion, could go a bad way.
You couldn't choose A or B? You think that would cause a ruckus?
I'm not. Sometimes it's hard.
Would you rather?
I'm very opinionated about some things, and then I'm not about others.
I'm so glad that we brought you here today to play Would You Rather.
Yes.
For today's special episode.
It's a surprise. You're trapped now. Pull out the Would You Rather. No, I'm just kidding.
Yay.
Oh, well.
Turn on the projector.
That's
Wait.
terrible.
Oh. They need to introduce themselves.
Wait, we have to introduce ourselves first.
We always have them introduce themselves.
Okay,
we do.
Introduce yourselves.
Because then after we do our intro, then it's like, then we start.
Okay, do your
Yes.
intros,
You
guys.
go.
Who you
Give
be?
a little something about yourself.
Something local celebrity. Chopped
No.
Locals, hello, I'm Unk.
No.
I'm Unk, last
No
name
Unk.
Chopped. Mr. Chopped, if you will.
Dude.
Mr. Chopped.
No, my name is Edwin, and I don't know what you want me to say in relation to you.
Just say whatever.
I'm
Who
a
are you?
friend. I'm
Oh my gosh, Edwin is my friend. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm a friend, a brother, brother-in-arms, pastor, leader, and all around just girly pop for everybody.
Yo, come on, let's
Okay.
go. Awesome.
Amen.
That's what I do.
That's perfect.
That's it.
Good intro.
I think that makes sense.
Yes.
That makes sense.
I don't think I can top that one.
Who are you?
You have to do yours in Spanish though.
No.
Ay, bueno. No. I'm Allie.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's all I got.
I need
We're
to
in the
sound.
I got.
airborne.
White girl who speaks Spanish.
Okay, that's a good one.
That's actually
From
a
Ohio.
really good title for
Yeah, white girl who speaks Spanish.
local white
That'd be an
girl
awesome
Ohio.
podcast for you.
That's
yeah,
true.
imagine. No, I've actually thought about it. I think that'd be fun. But
who speaks
perfect.
Spanish.
yeah, I don't know. Worship leader,
Uh-huh.
children's ministry person.
Perfect.
I make crafts.
Yes.
Nice.
I feel like that's a big part of my life. I don't know.
That's good.
What about
TikTok
the
star?
sourdough bread?
Love making
Yep.
sourdough. Yep, a sourdough
Essential.
lover.
What's
I
your
have my own
sourdough-
sourdough
what's her name?
Gladys.
Gladys.
Named after my great grandma Gladys Giuliano. And I have a cat named Luis Miguel.
Yes.
That's actually
You
all.
cannot
really
That's
forget
important.
yeah.
about
That's
Louis.
really important to know, guys.
Yeah.
He'll be on the next podcast.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
In his gold chain.
Hey.
No,
come
not
on.
That
joking.
fun fact, when we were at GCU, we literally did have a gold chain on him. Because
Yes.
he was a little
No.
kitten and we would put a little
Oh my
Amazon
gosh.
gold chain. My friend did it.
That is a beautiful
That's
thing.
awesome.
Yeah.
You need to bring that back
love
for
that.
real.
I just get scared because I have to use breakaway collars because if he were to get caught on something when I'm not home, because he's an idiot, he literally runs
Sure.
around like a goon, and so I would be scared to do it.
The way that we just looked at you and laughed.
I just realized that we were just talking about your cat. For a good 5
It always
minutes.
comes back to Luis Miguel.
does.
That
It
is the
kinda
best
does.
part of me, anyways.
No, that's
Other
perfect.
than Jesus.
Wow.
Oh.
The
Oh,
two
yeah.
halves of her heart.
Yes.
Literally.
That's perfect.
I'm gonna get you one of those.
Now who are you guys?
Oh.
No.
Wait,
We're not
Caleb,
done.
I'm scared.
Come up to the mic.
Okay, let's
Say hello.
He's our
Hello.
host guy. What is that called?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to hit the mic.
He doesn't get a camera on him though.
He
No.
usually does, but where there's guests
Sometimes.
It's too many for today. We have too many angles.
Yes. Correct.
They keep me in the closet over here.
Oh,
No, bro.
that's Caleb.
No, be free.
Let him fly.
We're gonna let
They
him
me
out.
Let
every
him
time
spread
we
his
film a
wings.
Yeah, for real.
podcast.
We're gonna jailbreak him after this.
That's crazy. Caleb, how was your week?
Dude, it's been a full sprint. I ain't gonna lie.
Full
But,
sprint.
Yeah,
Why?
because I've been doing everything every single hour of the day for the past whole week.
You poor
That's
thing.
true. I've
It's
dragged
actually
him
been
along to
insane.
all my stuff. with
Oh
you.
yeah, the butt crack.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That
we
was
had to
so
get up at
sweet.
literally
Yeah.
5:30 in the morning to be there at 6. And I'm like, bruh,
I was
Hey,
in
but
awesome.
I like waking up that early though.
I do not.
You're a morning. I was gonna say morning owl. That's not right.
You're a morning owl.
You're a morning owl.
JK. Sorry, it's my phone. Anyways, well, thanks for being here.
Yeah, no problem.
And I guess we'll introduce ours.
Wait, special shout out.
To
Phil.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Phil's always
Philip.
on sound. Say
Yeah.
hi, Phil.
Hello.
I don't know if anybody knows that. God
I don't
bless
think you can
Phil.
see him this time,
Yes,
actually.
I'm always
What?
on sound.
I don't think so. Oh, but
Yeah, no.
he's there. Our crew's here.
Yep.
And I'm Vanessa.
No, I was gonna ask another question.
Oh no,
I was gonna
guys.
ask about like
I'm
music
fired
stuff.
now.
Music stuff from like our people who are literally in all music.
Okay.
Oh no.
If you want,
No, yeah, ask about music stuff.
I am currently. If you want to plug, you guys
Oh,
can
I was
plug.
gonna plug at the end.
Edwin, Edwin, go,
No.
go. Come on,
Is
Edwin.
this what we're doing?
Edwina,
Yes. Why not?
Edwina.
Plug your
Okay.
plug.
You can find me on all streaming platforms.
Yes.
Edwin A in all caps.
Mhm.
Edwin space A, not Edwina. Edwin
I like Edwina though.
A. It's
Edwina.
okay.
I
I'm
call him
okay with
Edwina.
Edwina.
And yeah, same thing on socials at it's Edwin A, but the A is AYE.
Hey.
Hey, come on. No, that's good.
awesome.
No, that's good.
I love
Guys,
it. I got nothing.
we
Where's Allie?
No, but Allie, you have stuff, right?
nothing out.
No, but
Technically,
like
your social
like,
medias.
Oh, I have social media, yeah.
What's
she's
your
like
TikTok?
famous
Well,
on TikTok.
and living streams worship. My Instagram is Alexandra_SMPSN, which is Simpson without the vowels.
Oh, how'd you come up with that one?
My grandma.
Your grandma?
Nice.
She said don't do vowels?
No, I think her email or something, I can't remember if it's her email or her Instagram. She did Simpson without the vowels, and I was like, that's cool.
Yeah, her
So-
grandma was like, "You don't want to be chopped, so let me give you." A
Dude,
number."
come on. It always circles back to the
Oh,
chopped.
Gosh, anyways,
The
there
chopped.
you
Is that
have
like
it.
a really a trauma trigger word for you, Edwin?
It's not a trauma trigger word. I
It's
think
just
it's
new.
it's just newer,
And we don't use
and
it.
it's one of the new things that like applies to me,
that we're
Bruh.
chopped?
and that we're like I'm on the cusp. I'm
Yep.
cusp chopped.
I would agree.
What does that even mean? Cause
Because
'Cause
we're getting old.
We
No,
were
bro.
born in the middle of generations.
Yes.
Well, not you, but I was.
I was
Technically, we still were. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, like the end of the last 5 years or first 5 years of like a decade.
It's a
It's like
cusp.
it's a cusp.
Oh.
And so we're
Cusp
like
and chopped.
crossover. So like that's why instead of being a millennial or Gen Z, we're zillennials technically.
I think that's the
But
most
everyone- but
goofy
everyone-
word.
Ugly. That's
know.
a chopped word.
But everyone around there, yeah, it's super chopped.
Yeah, no, we're getting into
No.
something. This is something that we talk about all the time.
But everyone is they're weighted. It's almost
It's
like,
like
a
a wing.
personality or like an Enneagram wing
Like
where
a
it's
leaning.
like you lean on one side or the other depending on how you were raised. It's
Yeah.
like nature versus nurture, like how your parents were. Were they
Yeah.
cool or were they chopped? And then it makes
which
cooler
that
chopped
makes you
children.
actually pretty chopped unk, if I would have to say.
I
so.
should be. I should be.
ayo.
I should be really chopped. But thankfully, it's a pretty acute diagnosis. But there's people who are younger than
What
me
is this vocab?
who have more millennial like humor and culture and informed like just like lifestyle, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm a big anthropologist, honestly.
you are. You're also a wordsmith. Like
don't
you love
know what that
words. and-
means.
I love vocabulary.
Yeah.
Anthropology is like social studying, basically.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Got it.
I know you have to do your intro,
Okay.
Oh no,
We-
it's okay.
we can
Don't
do
worry,
it
it's
for
fine.
but
now.
I was gonna say
Yes.
Do it.
the first time I felt old with a word that came out was Riz.
Oh,
That was when you felt
Really?
old?
I felt very old. I did not know what it was at first.
No, I knew what it
What?
was, but I still felt old.
Riz.
I barely knew what it was, and then I started to try to use it, and I just try to continue to use the new words. And as I've gotten to chopped, I can't.
Do you know
it.
where that comes from?
Yes, charisma.
Thank you.
Yes.
Some people
No,
don't. No, some
but like
people
when it
genuinely
first
don't.
came out, I remember feeling just completely out of the loop, and I have never felt that way about
When
anything.
did Riz when was it born?
This is like probably 2 years ago.
That's true.
Dang.
It was like right when I had graduated college, so all of the like weight had come on me already, and then
Yeah.
I felt like I didn't know what Riz was, and I was like,
2023.
no, yeah,
24,
yeah, 23, 24.
Riz.
Wow, that's
Riz,
crazy.
Riz, Riz. I was definitely using it my senior year of high school.
I was like,
What
yeah, we were
year
so
was
high.
your senior year of high school?
We
What did you
graduated
choose?
the same year Allie did from
Yes,
college.
yes.
So what
2023.
year was that?
2023.
What? Wait,
gonna
should we
take
give
a
our
sip.
intro and then we'll like get back into
Yeah,
it?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, go.
Sure. This is our intro now.
Yes.
I'm Vanessa.
I'm Maya.
and this is
Taking Out the Trash podcast. Okay, continue.
I loved that.
We had
so
to lock.
much.
Okay, Riz, continue.
Skibbity toilet.
Is there like a
Yeah.
cut, like between the intro?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They cut back to me sipping on.
Oh, yeah,
my
wait, will we
definitely
show
clear
you-
bottle
yeah.
of
That
water.
is scary.
Allie, I hate yours. It actually makes me want to throw up.
Guys,
This is my Stampede. and I get it with grapefruit and coconut milk, and it looks really gross. But because we can't have like my Stampede cup in here, I poured it into the water bottle that they gave us.
Guys, if you're listening on Spotify and you can't see, it just looks like milky water.
It's just
And
gross.
she's drinking it
let's
super
be
happy.
adults.
No.
It doesn't look as bad as like a pink drink from Starbucks.
I guess.
I think it's something about it being in a bottle.
my
Let's be adults. Let's be adults.
We are all adults.
I think it's safe to say too, or like good to say that we both graduated from GCU.
Yes.
So that kind of brings
But
in
what year
some-
did you guys graduate from high school?
Don't
is my
ask me that.
question.
Oh.
Why would you ask me that? Do you know how I feel
Go
about
ahead,
that?
Unc.
Why would you ask me that? Do you guys want to guess when I graduated high
Yeah,
school?
guess.
I
That's
know.
actually a good
I
idea.
think
When did you
know.
graduate
I grew up
college?
I used to like grow up around like older people all the time, and so when I would like tell people when I graduated from high school, usually it was always like, okay, toddler, okay, child.
I want to hear your guesses. I'm not.
No,
I
no,
think
wait.
I'm pretty sure I
need
know.
a little context. When did you guys you graduated?
I
2023.
graduated
2023 here.
from GCU.
Yeah.
Very close to that. I graduated in 2022.
He was a
Okay.
year before me.
And
That's
you
what
guys
I
were
want.
both here for 2 years.
Yes.
Did you have a gap year?
I transferred.
He can't tell you.
Why?
Because that gives it away.
I'll give you one hint if you feel like really lost on when I graduated high school.
I agree.
I'm gonna say 2018, 2019, around there.
That's so nice.
Is it way
2018 is when
earlier?
I graduated.
20 what?
2018.
Okay. 20. I don't even know.
I graduated the best year ever.
But
The
also,
best summer ever.
2016. No.
yeah.
Summer 16.
That's
Because
crazy.
you're how old?
That makes me better than everyone here. I'm just kidding.
Seriously, you're how old right now?
I'm 27.
About
Dude.
to turn,
About to turn 28 in May.
Wow.
and I'm
Listen.
25, turning 26 in July.
Okay. Cool.
I was younger from my grade, so that's why it was 2018. But you were what? Pretty average age for yourself? Yeah,
I have a late birthday actually.
yeah. That's
So I
what
was younger in my like graduating class.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I was.
I turned 18 right as we were walking.
And I turned 18 after I'd already graduated, so I was
Nice.
17.
Wow.
Nice.
Wait, you graduated the same year as Brooklyn and Bailey.
Yes,
That's so awesome.
I grew up with them.
I did also, but they were older than me.
No, they were my same age, and I remember thinking they were so cool, and I still watch
That's
them to this day.
Wow. They were my #1 most viewed on my YouTube recap.
Oh,
I mean, they're
mine,
like
I think too.
0.01% of their fans or something
I
like
can't
that.
relate to any of this.
Yeah, I know.
I definitely watch like every video,
I
and
love
I
Brooklyn
watched
and
their
Bailey.
stories on Instagram. And,
The
yeah.
only ones that I watched was when they got their wisdom teeth out.
Oh
I
my
used to
God.
love watching like Collins Key and Devin Key. I
Yes!
loved watching their
I would
wisdom
rewatch
teeth
their
video.
food challenge with Brooklyn and Bailey
Oh.
all the time.
See, I didn't know who they were, so I didn't care about that video.
Oh, I watched all their crossovers.
I watched them maybe a little bit, but then I would get bored. So
Anyway, sorry.
keys?
Yeah, the keys.
Wait, I had
You're
a
like,
question.
I don't know what this is.
Oh, it wasn't a
I
question.
think I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I was gonna say
Sorry.
I moved to Wisconsin in 2013 and I was 10. So you graduated 3 years later.
Yeah, I would have been your youth leader.
I was 13 in 2013. I'm the same age as the year
In,
before
That's so
July.
awesome.
in every
Or
lifetime.
no, after July.
In every lifetime, you would have thought I was outdated.
No,
literally.
In every
no.
lifetime.
I don't think you're or outdated in this lifetime. RN.
Oh.
So
No, I don't
so
think you're
nice.
that much older than me, but then you are.
it's true. I mean, we're both 21 and he's
Are you
28.
telling me I have a youthful spirit?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so
Have you
much.
seen-
You thought of that and said it to me, and I thank you.
Have you seen that thing? I just got reminded of this one picture that I saw once, and it was like, I was walking by an old guy, and I walked super fast. Sorry for outstriding you with my youthful stride.
Oh,
That reminded me of
Outstriding you
that.
is good. With my youth is really good.
That's insane, honestly.
Anyway.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, let me introduce what we're doing here,
Yes.
and then I have a
Yes.
question, like the first question for you guys that's kind of on the topic.
I don't know any of these questions, by the way, so I'm just kind of
Either.
here.
I don't either.
Basically, what we're going to be doing today is talking about the difference between being in your mid-20s or late 20s
In early 20s.
So when I was asking ChatGPT for some inspo, I put 20 versus 25 in.
Okay.
But you guys are more experienced than 25. So
You're
we're
25.
good.
Hey, I'm still 25, so stop
Well,
it right there.
Anyways, you're like 25.5.
I'm 25 and 3/4.
Well, January is my half birthday.
Exactly.
Oh.
So I'm going to be asking them some questions, and we're going to reflect on the differences between these two stages of life. But my first question for you
Stages of life.
Well, my
They're
first
gonna
question
put
for
me out
you
to
guys.
pasture after this podcast.
Literally.
They're gonna be like, get up. It's time for your walk.
No, bro.
Let's go and look
Time
at
to
the,
do your
let's go and look at
stretches.
the
Te vas a
water
jubilar?
outside.
Te vas a jubilar.
That's terrible. Okay, my first question is I kind of know how you guys met, but better question
yeah.
I knew that was
is
coming.
I want to know how you met, but that's like kind of least important. I want to know when you guys like knew that like you guys were like besties.
Oh.
Like for real
Origin
besties.
story.
Or not.
Those are both really interesting. Those both have really interesting origin stories because they're not like that
weird.
defined.
No,
Really?
they're not at all. It's
They're
really
both
weird.
kind of random / slow burn stories.
No way.
Yeah.
Do
Hey.
you tell the story because I probably have a different version.
Well, yeah, because
because I'm so old.
no,
He's forgetting
it's because
already.
I
Because
started.
Grandpa
the
needs a little help
dementia.
these
It
days.
started because
dementia's
of me.
kicking
You
in.
wouldn't have known me if I hadn't been pursuing specific things.
Yeah, explain.
Yeah. So basically, I transferred to GCU as a junior. So I'd already done my associate's degree in Ohio. But
She's
I
from
was
Ohio,
like
Skibbity Riz, everyone.
doing
That's her way of telling you that she
Ohio.
came from off the grid.
Stop it. Ohio against the world. Go Bucks.
Said no one ever.
Says everyone in Ohio.
Hey, they're having a comeback.
He gets it.
I think they're having more and more people are talking about like Ohio in a generally
Because
like
it's awesome.
normal.
I can't
State of-
think of Ohio and not think of Skibbity Riz.
It's
You
really
know what?
funny that
like it's
that's
just
ruined
brain rot
Skibbity
to me.
toilet Riz,
Yeah.
specifically.
Whatever.
But
Skibbity
anyways.
toilet Riz.
Sorry.
So I got to GCU. I'd been leading worship my whole life, and I was like starting over in a new state at 21 or something like that. What? What's so funny about that?
Is it still about Ohio?
I can't stop thinking about Skibbity
She's-
toilet Riz.
Brother.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm
For
sorry.
those who are audio listeners, you can see her holding her lips together, trying
no,
to go.
no,
Skibbity.
no. Just tell your story. I'm gonna just put this down.
Yeah, your face is red too.
She's in timeout for the
I'm
rest of the
canceled for
story.
now.
It's okay.
Anyways,
She's on a 5
maybe
minute
we'll make it through
timer.
this story. I don't know. Basically, I went to this church, and I was kind of trying to get involved with the worship there. I met someone who soon would become one of my friends. And they were kind of my contact for a lot of worship things at GCU and also just in general in Phoenix. They, I think, were the ones that set me up with your number. And I texted you because I really had a heart to do something bilingual at GCU because there was no bilingual worship at GCU whatsoever. And so I then found out through Edwin that there was going to be like this bilingual GCU worship night. And I think it was through missions or ESL or
Both. It was like a weird combo, I think.
yeah.
I think the first one was ESL and the second
Was
one was
mission.
missions.
Yeah. So basically, by that point, I texted Edwin. I think this was like fall of my first year at GCU, and the event was in December.
Yeah,
I
it was
believe.
cold. I remember it
Yeah.
was cold.
So we met up because of that. Nothing crazy from that. We just like rehearsed and like started doing stuff.
So, yeah, it was really standard. It wasn't like anything crazy. I just remember it being easy. I
Yeah.
just remember not because it wasn't just you. The whole band that we got together was a bunch of people who had never played with together. So
Yes.
it was kind of like you were on my radar as one of the people, many people that
Yeah.
I didn't know and was getting to know through this experience and through that worship event night thing.
Yeah.
So, but I remember being like, one, I was like, she's got it in the sense of like, she can compartmentalize enough to like hold her head up and like move at a specific pace. Some people get overwhelmed really easily with certain types of things, but especially in ministry, I was like, oh, she has a leadership quality to her. And of course, you had your talent and your also the other added layer is the bilingual aspect. Some people will say they know Spanish or can do certain things in both languages, but like how that plays out is can be very kind of broad. So I was like, oh, she actually is bilingual.
Which is crazy because I was white, and I was
Yeah.
the only white person I think on that
I
team.
think you were the only white person on that team, and so
which is
that's
crazy.
you get extra points.
Wait, okay, so that was Edwin's kind of first impression of you, but what was your first impression of Edwin?
Well-
actually, skip this part.
No.
We've got
Well,
a commercial break.
This goes back to I
Intermission.
think it was. In general, I would go to chapel every week. That was like huge.
Oh yeah.
Edwin was
Okay,
on chapel
okay,
team.
yeah.
And so all I knew of Edwin was the man with the angelic voice.
We should have him sing.
No, I know.
Oh.
But I would just remember like I'm from a very small town in Ohio, and I had never experienced worship like I did at chapel, nor at this church that I was at. And like, so it was all so big and really cool to see. And I remember the quality of everything in chapel was so overwhelming because it was so good. And I remember the production level of it was just insane for me. So I remember Edwin on the team. Like, he was one of the main people leading a team from what I remember.
Yeah.
And then there was another team that would do it. Like, they would kind of go off back and forth.
2 main teams, and then we
Yeah.
would cover each other.
So I remember just like, I was a little nervous to meet him because I was like, oh my gosh, like he's on chapel team. Because like at that point at GCU, I don't know how it is now exactly. And I've heard and seen things shift a little bit.
Yeah,
but
times move really fast.
chapel was huge. Chapel team was like, I felt like they were local celebrities. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, they were so cool. I was like, oh, it'd be so fun to do chapel. Edwin laughs because he's like,
he
that's
doesn't want to hear it
how it was.
anymore.
This is how it was. Like, people, like, I remember people were like, oh my gosh, Edwin. Like, they knew who Edwin was. Everyone knew who Edwin was. So I was freaking out that I was going to meet him. Number one, that I was meeting him. But then when I was texting him and like trying to get into the like thing that he was doing, I felt
She
so
was
bad.
like, "This is Edwin."
No.
Anticlimactic.
But it definitely was,
No, kidding.
it was just, I think, a shock. So I don't even remember very much. Like,
She was so starstruck.
not even
Whoa.
starstruck. It wasn't even that. No, it was just that like I knew him from chapel. So I'd already heard him sing. I wasn't like gonna be blown away by him like in front of everything. So I knew he was good. I knew his quality was good. So like experiencing it was really fun. But then to lead with each other, it was so easy. I just remember that was the easiest thing. I've never led with someone who had it, and to this day, I don't think I've ever led with someone that I lead so well with.
I was gonna say that was
cool.
the marker. I was like, aside from everything, I was like, oh, this works. Like, it
Yes.
works in the sense of like, I don't feel like I'm battling myself, and it's just not even in worship, even though that was special part of it. But just like in anything that you do first time with someone, there's always like a base level of like, how much am I gonna have to invest to make this work?
Yeah.
Like, just the chemistry is general chemistry.
Literally.
So, but especially with the spiritual aspect and emotional aspect and the music aspect, it's like so many things working at once when you're doing something like a worship event that really matter. So like the stakes are higher, the pressure's higher.
Well, and it was paving a path for bilingual at GCU.
Less that we knew as
Yeah,
well.
and we didn't even realize like that was a thing. And I don't think it's like crazy big or anything right now, but I remember at least for the years that we were here, it was like definitely something that we pursued every year from that point on.
And
we
even
kind of-
that was easy because
Yeah.
it wasn't that planned.
Exactly. It just kind of happened. We kept getting asked to do it, and it was just like whenever he got asked to do something bilingual, he was immediately reaching out and like, "Hey, want to come and join me on this?" And I do like we weren't close friends. Like, we didn't hang out.
We barely had crossover friend groups at that time.
Yeah. And I remember, I think it was fall of the next year that you were reaching out again because you were getting ready to start living Streams Espanol.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like the next
I
time
think
I
so.
popped up on your radar.
I mean, like, I'm sure that we had like other cross moments, but I remember that was the next big thing because we sat down, I think it was at Olive Garden, and we, or maybe it was
funny.
Denny's.
Denny's.
It was Denny's.
Of course it was
yes.
Denny's.
And of
Because
course
it was you, me, and someone else.
Yeah.
I remember.
And so we were at Denny's, and I remember Edwin, number one, was telling me about Living Streams Espanol that was getting ready to start. I was at a different Espanol service in the Valley and kind of feeling like I was getting ready to leave, like just transitioning out. And I wasn't sure what I was kind of going to do as I came back from summer vacation. And he sat down and was just kind of like pouring out his heart and his dream for the Hispanic community and just like what that looks like in worship and church. And it matched up perfectly with like visions I had from the Lord from when I was younger and like all these things that I was currently doing at that time, like with social media and with different things that I was doing. So I remember that being a big marker and where our friendship kind of changed because then you almost started to pursue me in the fact of like wanting to have me at Living Streams Espanol because I was having such a hard time at my place. So
Nice.
yeah, that's what I remember.
That's the origin.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
That's a good origin.
was it just through like leading worship together that you guys became so close, or was
Yeah.
there like a moment where you're like, oh, she's more than like my
Well,
coworker?
I remember that after that, there were conversations of like how much we linked up on that united kind of heart and vision.
Yeah.
And things started to make sense. And so it was less about like, it was more about just like making sure that we stayed. Once we knew that, it was like, okay, we should steward this. We should
Yeah.
steward
Yeah.
this, like, even if it's purely professionally. It was less about being friends. It was more about like, it was easy to hang out because we had so much
Common ground.
common ground
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
it was like, regardless of what happens, it was always a no pressure. Like, no matter what, I wanted to make sure that we have each other's backs kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
It was a community
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
for
I
sure.
think it was also just like a natural like connection that we had, like to the point where like when I was coming to Living Streams Espanol at the beginning, people thought we were married. It's
But
crazy.
that's also the story of my
That's
life.
lore. Yeah, that's lore.
That's lore.
But
heard
I would
this.
say like that was huge, and then I would say we were friends, and we were doing a lot of stuff together, worship wise and church wise. But I don't feel like I was like really, really close to you until the first time we went to Ecuador. I feel like that was like we were locked in of like we were like good friends. Like we were friends before, but I feel like Ecuador was like we just kind of like had a different experience. I think it's like when you go on a trip with
It's
someone.
like when you go on a trip
Yeah.
and slash, because it was a little bit missions based.
Yeah.
It's like the bonding that you go through when you're in that level of uncomfort.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens when you go on a trip with anyone, no matter how close of a friend or family member or whatever. You learn things
Yeah.
that you would only learn from like by living with someone, in the sense of like proximity, closeness, and uncomfort of like somebody problem solving in the real world, which makes or breaks relationships.
Literally.
Honestly. And so I think, I remember when we were going to Ecuador and we got on the first plane.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
seeing you in your raw state to me was the funniest thing.
I got my like neck pillow and
yeah, which is fine, but
Raw
like I
state
just
is
remember
funny.
like certain things happening, and I was like, we're about to really connect on
Oh,
this
yeah.
trip
Oh,
in a good way, because
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah, it's great.
that was the first. I think that was that was the switch from friends in ministry to this is my little sister. Like,
yeah,
that's
literally.
when, because
Literally. Exactly.
because when she was like, I remember sitting next to you on the plane. I don't know if you remember this.
I'm scared.
And you were like, do you think I can sip soda out of this Twizzler? And I was like, well, I have a feeling you're about to show me. Unprompted, by the way. No incentive, no double dog dare. And proceeded on this flight. Because we were like stuck on the flight for something.
Oh,
it, was
yeah, it was
it
something
took an
delayed,
hour
or-
to.
yeah.
No
So
way.
it was your effort to like, let's not go crazy.
Yeah.
So I
And then
did
we
go
like
crazy
did
and
this. I have a video of it somewhere.
no way.
Yeah, I remember I
No
recorded
way.
Oh
it.
my gosh.
So I'll
awesome.
find that after this.
Oh, please.
Wow.
On the
So
Patreon
funny.
exclusive content.
Yeah.
Yeah. After
good.
the paywall,
That's
there's more.
Subscriptions only.
So subscribe and like now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put your investments in. We also
But
have Bitcoin. Just kidding.
That's crazy.
No, but I remember stuff like that would happen. I was like, oh, this is
Yeah.
gonna be like a fun
It was
time.
family
Yeah,
at
that's
that
good.
point.
So cute.
That's really sweet. Yeah.
Was that like almost like a year after LSE had started? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually,
Literally.
exactly.
Okay.
It would have been a year from when
'Cause
we
we launched in
first
the fall,
like did
Yeah.
that
we
Denny's
go
thing.
in
yeah.
August.
It's always
right?
the first week of August, end of July.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Cool.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
so
that's our origin story.
sweet.
Now they're besties, and
Yep.
the rest is history.
Honestly, and you would think it like has gotten less crazy since then, but I feel like it's just gotten
Really?
crazier.
Yeah.
And then every year that passes in my life and also in our relationship, I'm like, I'm scared because of like, if there's no ceiling, where are we going?
That's
And I
good.
don't think
That's
we've
good.
hit our ceiling at all.
I don't think we've hit our ceiling.
And I think that the Lord has really cool plans, and I don't know what they are, but I'm interested to see what happens. So
That's awesome.
And,
Wow.
Yeah.
there you
Love
have it.
it.
I love an origin story.
I do
Yeah.
too.
There's so much lore.
I always find out new things. Like when we had Sun
Twist.
Twist on the podcast, I had no idea about
Is
Their
that the
origin
band?
story was
That's
so
the
fun.
band.
Yeah.
actually
They
crazy.
make me feel not cool. 'Cause
No.
they look
Sun
so cool.
Twist.
They're so cool.
You should come
They
to
are
their
cool.
concert next week. We're doing their
Yeah,
merch
we're doing their
soon.
merch.
That's so fun.
You're doing
I
their
love that.
merch?
Yeah, second
Wait.
time.
I want to go.
Yeah,
Please,
come.
actually,
But
for
their
real.
tickets are almost sold out,
Yeah,
so you'd
so you
have to get
buy
them
them
like
now.
Will
today.
if someone wants to buy me one of the tickets,
Plugging Sun Twist, we love you.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
guys. So that was
That
so
took up-
intriguing.
Half of our
But
time.
Sorry.
No,
No,
It's
it's
okay.
a good. That always happens. It's good. It's fine.
I have like different kind of categories. So like, and I have quite a few questions. So you guys don't have to give too
We could do
elaborate.
a speed round at some point too.
Okay,
Oh,
Yeah, we
that's
should
good.
just be brief in general if we
Yeah.
can.
fire.
So we can get
You
through
don't
it.
have to like rush. It's like
Yeah,
really fine.
like take your
Our
time.
longest
but-
episode is an hour 20 minutes. Yeah.
We've got a new record to break today.
Was it the Sun Twist episode?
So-
It was.
You want
and
to be
then it was
cooler than
our-
Sun Twist? We gotta
21,
break
121.
Challenge accepted. We're gonna go for 121.
it. Perfect.
Yeah.
So the first category I have is early versus mid 20s.
Oh.
And
Early
so
versus mid.
This is gonna be interesting
guys are
because
mid.
we're very different.
Yes.
Really?
I know this would
Okay.
be
with
good.
certain things.
Also, different lives, like completely different lives too.
Okay.
So.
Okay, this is my first question. How did you view 25-year-olds or 26 or 27-year-olds when you were 2021?
When I was in my early 20s, I don't think I viewed them. I think
What?
No way.
in the sense of like they were not on my radar.
I agree.
Yeah.
I viewed people again intergenerationally. I had people who were really younger than me or a lot older than me.
Sure.
So for me, my next step up mentally was 30s.
Oh
So, like,
yeah.
My uncles, my cousins,
Okay.
and or just mentors or anyone in my life were usually when I was in my like 2021. I remember we're 31, 32.
Okay,
So to me, 25 was never too far away.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was never thinking about like what is my 25-year-old friend going through or like how do they see the world. One, because I had less of them,
Yeah.
and two, because I was like they're. I also grew up I grew up really fast, and so I had a sense of maturity that followed me throughout my whole life to this day. Like that's why I'm like grandpa.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And so to me, 25 was like that's
Yeah.
my as a young adult, I was like that's my equal,
Gotcha.
like mentally.
Gotcha.
That makes
That's how I
sense.
used to think. So I would think more about 30s, but I used to think they were. I used to think they were a little sad, only because
Oh.
it seemed that way. It seemed like people in their 30s was like, yeah, I didn't get to do that thing that I wanted to do, and I'd always be like, you can still do it. I'm gonna help you.
Oh,
Crazy.
that's
That
wholesome.
20-year-old, I'm gonna help.
Yeah,
you.
me as a 21-year-old in shambles. By the way, I was like, I support you.
That's crazy. Shows your heart. No.
What about you?
I don't feel like I was ever really around people who were that much older than me.
Interesting.
Okay.
I think I was typically the oldest. I'm the oldest sibling. I'm the oldest, like, in like a lot of my groups at home. Because when I was younger, I was 21 when I moved to Arizona, so 20 was like prime pandemic
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So I wasn't
Yeah.
really around people.
Sure.
Oh,
So,
true. I didn't think about
That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah, I was just around my family, and that's it. And I'm the oldest in the family, other than like obviously like my parents. and my
Yeah.
Yeah.
grandparents.
I
So I don't know.
do you guys like feel a lot older than me and Maya?
Sometimes no.
When
Like,
does the
when?
sometimes come in?
I just think when you're, especially when I connect on like what we're both worried about, like what's pressing you, what stage of life you're walking through, and like what your stresses are
Yeah.
existentially almost. Like when I'm talking to Vanessa and you're like graduation, and I'm like, I haven't thought about genuinely. I'm like, I haven't thought about school.
Yeah.
My thoughts about school are like, man, I wonder if I'm ever gonna go back. I'm not worried about it. It's not on my radar. Like
Yeah.
I stopped waking up on Sunday nights in a cold sweat, going,
Yeah.
assignments are due.
2 years.
Because that
3
did
years
happen
later.
after I graduated. But I think that, and then also when I see just like your schedules and like
Yeah.
what fills up your time, what you care about, like there are certain things where you're like, yeah, I gotta like get a ride from this person, and I'm like, I haven't thought about not having a car
Yeah.
unless something's wrong with my car for a while. And
Yeah.
then I'm like, wow, you guys are younger. Or yeah, it's usually those things.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
I think that's where I'm feeling it too. I think too, just even hearing like like the fun adventures that you guys go on and how late you're staying
Yeah.
up and stuff. I'm like,
Oh, shoot.
I really tried so hard, I think in the past like 2 years to keep it up because I wanted to stay young and I wanted to like have fun. And I have a lot of like younger friends and stuff, but this past year has been I'm going home. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I want my peppermint tea and I want to go to bed.
Nice.
So
I'm 50-50.
Yeah.
I'm either
I like to have fun. No, so I'll
I'm
do
full
it every once in a
extreme
while,
or I'm
but-
like going hard in the paint.
Yeah. But I would say I more so prefer to be in and not
Yeah.
have to go and do stuff. And I loved the time that I got to go and do a bajillion things.
Yeah.
So I appreciate what you guys do, but it definitely makes me feel older. Because I'm like, I just can't handle it anymore.
Wow.
I see.
But it's not like. Do you think it's like 24/7? Like, oh my gosh, I'm hanging out with actual children.
No.
No,
Or just,
but
like, every
I do,
once in a while?
I will say there is a part of me that like is trying to learn how to be like an older leader to younger people, and so I feel like I'm constantly trying to be mindful that you are younger than me. Like sometimes it can be so easy to just be like your friend and just like be there for you, and that's good. But I also like as a leader like in worship and stuff and at church and like as you're an intern and stuff, like I want to make sure that I'm also like presenting myself as a leader and like as someone older so that you can look to someone who's older and be like, oh, I know what it's going to be like when I'm 25, when I'm turning 26 and like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
good. That's good. Good first question, guys.
I feel bad that I don't have any questions to
No,
add
it's okay.
because I don't have the list.
These are both of ours. Do you want to ask the
There
next
you
one?
go.
Sure.
I don't even know if
I
that's
would
going to
You
make
love
can pick
sense.
to.
whatever one you want.
Do you think your early 20s were the glory days?
Oh,
If so, tell your favorite story from that time.
wait.
She's like, so you peaked. Clearly. She's like, we know this.
that wasn't
but
me. I hope
to God.
looking back,
I hope to God it wasn't my glory days. I think that,
I don't think so. I don't think.
but I will say, leaving GCU was so hard for me because I'd only been there for 2 years.
Yeah.
So that was so hard for me because that was my glory days in my brain, and I loved GCU like with all of my being. So I had a hard time leaving that and going into the real world. But now that I'm like a couple years out from it, I do feel like I'm still living in like
Yeah.
my glory days.
That's good.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Sorry, your drink's coagulating over here. It got really scary for a second. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
God bless the Stampede. That reminds me of my glory days at GCU.
That's crazy. That color,
This was the big
actually. For those of you who are listening, the palest muted blush, and not in a good
Gross.
way.
Disgusting.
Every time I drink it, I just am taken back. Maybe I did have my glory
What was
days
the-
already
The
then.
question? Oh, the glory days.
Oh, yeah.
I've definitely had like glory day moments, but I
Yeah.
don't think it was like my ultimate glory days.
Yeah.
I think I'm de-aging, and that's my mentality for the
God
rest
bless.
of my life.
Okay.
When I turn 50, I want people to be like, "What?" I want the J-Lo effect. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Age like
J-Lo
fine
effect?
wine.
Yeah. I want my skin to look even better,
Oh, period.
and
No,
not because of
you know who-
surgeries, but
Hillary Duff. Have you seen her recently?
or like Anne Hathaway, which I mean, they're celebrities, but like
Hathaway,
you look
yeah.
at them and you're like, and she's 25,
Yeah.
and she's on Disney Channel. She's
Yeah,
gonna
she's
be.
had
She's
like
gonna be.
3 kids.
She's
Yeah.
gonna be the leading role, a 12-year-old.
Yes.
That's what I want. That's what I
Yeah,
want.
I
sure.
love it.
Wait, I love that. Do you guys have any fun glory day story, or are you truly you're just like no, like the best is yet
I mean,
to
there's
come?
so many things. Chapel was one
I
of
feel like
them.
your chapel experience.
You were there for my like my like artist year. That
Yeah.
summer where I basically was almost on like tour.
Yeah.
No way.
I did
Bruh.
like 2 back-to-back camps. We did Ecuador. I went on another trip. It was like 5 things, and it was the span of
Well, and
a
Rebel,
month.
I think, was that year as well.
It was later that year, and then I had a show, my first like show in a venue for myself, like be representing myself as an artist. And so that was like a crazy summer. My summers they're like the craziest like transition. Like
Insane.
summers for me are really hard, but they're like that's where the craziest stuff happens because they're like when I feel like I shift. But yeah, doing that like chapel, like just waking, because that was also exposure for me. Like I had never gone. I went from leading 100 or less people every week to leading
Thousands.
what was it, thousands every single Monday, and then
Chapel was really big at
and
that
something
point
like
too.
that. And it was like
huge.
it was like getting big again post COVID.
Yeah.
So it was in this what people call like the Renaissance or the Golden Age, where like people were coming back. I think it was Renaissance, where it was like culture was being built back up from COVID world,
Wow.
which
It
is
was
all
huge.
I knew because that's when I got to GCU. I
Yeah.
started GCU in 2020
Yeah.
because I was a transfer and only did 2 years. So
Wow, that's crazy.
yeah, those are some of my things. Doing that, and one of the camps I did, it was an outdoor amphitheater for over. It was like the space was literally in a valley covered by like
Yeah. What the
surrounded by mountains. Like I have pictures I'll
That was
show
in
you guys.
California, right?
And it was in California. It was up at a forest home.
know
If
where
you
that
guys
is.
have
I don't
ever
know what that
been,
is
which
either.
is it's at the bottom of Big Bear in California.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
don't
really
know.
close to
anything
you.
about California.
I'm gonna show you
Midwest girlies
pictures.
over
It's
here.
Okay.
It's like one of their biggest like camps,
Yeah.
family camps, Christian family
Okay.
camps.
Wow.
And
Cool.
it's beautiful. And they had this like big outdoor amphitheater, and I was like, this is crazy.
That's so cool.
That is
When
felt
is your
like-
next concert?
When his album releases,
When
hopefully.
after my album comes out.
I've been
Hey!
dying to go to an Edwin concert, please.
We need
and
to
we'll run
row.
your merch table.
We will.
If you need a mix
Please
engineer.
actually
experience.
do.
Wait, what did you
No, we
say?
If
we
you need
ac-
an audio engineer.
Yeah, get
Okay,
Phil.
you
mixes
guys,
for
you guys are
Sunquist
saying all
too.
these things, and when I take you up on them, don't act like
No,
you don't
No,
know.
Edwin, are you
seriously.
kidding me?
Rather
We
have the
actually
experience.
We
We
will
love
trap
it.
people to buy Suntwist merch. Like they'll come in and be like, "Oh my gosh, I think you need a shirt," and they'll
We
be
made
like, "Really?"
so many friends. It was awesome.
Yes.
I will.
Just talk to everyone.
I will.
Yeah.
Oh my
Good.
gosh, perfect. I love this. Okay,
I
But
love our
soon,
merch
the answer
journeys.
is soon, as soon as possible.
Soon?
Genuinely.
Please,
Okay.
God.
I'm
Awesome.
waiting. I'm just like, okay. My next question: at 25, does confidence actually increase, or do you just fake it better?
Oh, this is good, actually.
Ooh, Or do you actually fake it better?
I don't think I fake it at this
Hey.
point.
I think what happens at 25 is like the whole
Your brain.
your mental
lobe.
frontal
Frontal
lobe
lobe.
develops. which is I think a
We're
real
missing
thing.
parts of our brain right now.
I
bro.
know.
Literally.
I can
Yeah.
feel it.
Yeah, it's gonna one day it's gonna one day it's just gonna occupy.
I'm gonna wake up and get a whole new
What's that?
consciousness.
What's that like fish sea animal that has like the big?
A beluga whale.
Yes, that's gonna be
I
Maya
used
one
to
morning
love
on her
beluga whales when
25th
I was a kid.
birthday.
For my
Wow.
25th
Frontal
birthday, I'm
lobe.
gonna wake up.
I feel like
That there it was a moment for me where that actually
Really?
worked, for me at least, like
Whoa.
Do
in
tell.
being 25, like mid,
you feel it.
there was a moment where I genuinely woke up and I remember being like, I don't care about that anymore.
Yeah.
No way.
I was like, oh,
No
that
way.
doesn't matter to like priority wise, like existentially. I was like, oh, that doesn't matter to me. Now there's new things.
Yeah.
So it was more like it was a shift.
Priority shift,
Instead
yeah.
of just like but it genuinely did feel like a weight off my shoulders and a new weight put on in the sense of like transition. So I was like, oh, I don't feel like that anymore. I don't care about that.
Wow.
And I care more about this. And I would say to the confidence thing, it's harder to fake it.
Yeah.
It becomes harder to fake confidence and to fake anything that's genuine, anything about growth, anything about your character, because your age will start to speak for you.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it like age does catch up to you in the sense of like not only like culture and trends because culture moves so fast, but also your mind evolving. Like I think between emotionally based off of like your healing life and path, but also just like by your community and like the things that you seek and surround yourself with, like they will start to expose themselves
Yeah.
in a good or bad way.
Yeah. Yeah. I we've
She's
experienced
seeing
that.
stuff.
Well, we've experienced that a lot, I think, this year in general. Of just like a lot of shifts and
The
stuff.
past 2 years have been
Yeah.
crazy.
And so I think that's interesting to think about when I look back.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that like my biggest thing, and I still say it honestly for a lot of things, but like fake it till you make it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was trying to fake it till I made it, and I feel like at some point I just kind of like am, and I don't know.
Okay.
Like I just don't feel like I'm like trying to like be a person. I just am being who I am.
That's
Yeah.
good.
And I think that like especially I think living on my own, I think like having like space like outside of like living with roommates and living with sisters and living with all these different people, and like I get to be myself. Like I get
Yeah.
to choose
That's
myself.
cool.
And I think that like that's the biggest difference that like from when I was younger is just that like I don't know, I don't really care what people think. I mean, I think I care about what people think sometimes, but it's more so because of what I think about myself, not because I actually care what they're thinking. It's like
Sure.
like a weird twisted way of like I care because I care, not because you care. I don't know.
Sure.
That makes no
Yeah.
sense, but like
Preach.
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's like it's the idea of like okay, like what are they gonna think if I wear these shoes? Like what am I like? What are they gonna think if I'm doing this? It's like I don't really actually genuinely care. Like I really just don't anymore, and I'll do whatever I want, and I'll wear whatever I want. I'll do something new with my makeup because it's fun, and I'm not gonna care
Yeah.
what people are saying. I like my new thing. Like, it's not really new. I've been doing it for a while, but I post on my stories all the time, just like random stuff. Like I'm an influencer because
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
love it.
fun, and I think that
Vanessa
like
does
more
that.
people should do that. And more people, I think people are like genuinely embarrassed of themselves though, and like I just don't care. I'm like, let me just be myself.
And that's what you're gonna experience more of as you step into
Yeah.
like late 20s, because that's something I'm noticing is starting to become more important. It's like what's on the other side of fear and embarrassment is way more important to get to and
Yeah.
worth it.
That was a bar.
Period.
Put that on
He
a
is a
t-shirt.
pastor, that's for sure.
I actually have another question that kind of goes off of that. It's because one of my worst fears right now is what's going to happen after college. How do you how did you deal with that transition and like the not knowing what's coming next?
Yeah. We have
It's-
two separate stories with that because you were based here in Phoenix and you were also a commuter. And then I came from a different place, so I had to like actually choose to stay here.
I'll keep it short
Yeah.
for the sake of time. I'll just say brace for impact in the sense of impact is good. Like that means you're going somewhere. You're getting whether you're getting thrown or you launched yourself, but it's gonna happen. Impact is gonna happen because as changes happen, you have to adjust. That's a good thing, and so use it as an opportunity for growth. But brace in the sense of like be proactive about making sure that you have found like solid foundations in your faith, in your life, in your
Yeah.
community, because you're gonna need to call
It's
up
huge.
on those things
Yeah.
and be like, hey, I need some help. Because it will happen. Not to say that your life will fall apart. It'll feel like that, I'm sure, at some point. But
Okay.
that's not a
Sorry.
bad
That's awesome.
that's
Can't
not a
wait.
that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's actually an opportunity for you to, if let's say it does fall apart, you have the opportunity how you're going to build it back up and stronger than before. And I think that's the whole purpose of change.
Yeah.
And like things moving or breaking apart. It's like we know that ultimately it's like it's going to be for your good, but you have to allow it as well. So I would just say it does happen. Get good foundations around you, good people, get this, that you can be real and honest with, but also people who are not just going to tell you what you want to hear or give you what you want.
Sure.
But people who are going to love you in the direction that you want to be loved and encouraged, in faith, but also who you are and where you're at.
Cool.
That's good.
Yeah,
I think
that is good.
I think as I'm getting older in my 20s, I'm realizing I still have so much time. And I think that, like, you feel so pressed. I think this starts in high school.
Yeah.
You feel like I have to make the decision for the rest of my life right now. And I think that, like, that's so twisted because you have no clue what you're doing at 18.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Or at 21.
Yeah, at 21, you have no clue. I don't feel like I know at 25 what
And at 25.
like. I think that is the reality that I've come to in the past year or two. Is
I'll
just
update
like
y'all at 30.
no, literally. No, but I see people who are older and they're still their younger selves. They're just older,
Yeah.
and they feel like they're still that person. They don't know what they want to do, or they have dreams and they haven't made it. And I think that you have to just give yourself so much grace. Like,
Yeah.
I think that, like, one of the best things you can do for yourself, speaking from experience, is leave this country and leave a state and like go and do genuinely. No, literally.
Come on.
'cause-
Which you're doing, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
You're
But
on
I
the
think
right
that
track.
changes.
Come on.
You were
go.
born that way.
It changes the trajectory of like what you're going to do in life because your brain like is expanded to like not just what's in the US or
Yeah.
not just what's in your state that you're from. Like
Yes.
I think you guys even coming to Arizona could be like a testament to that. And like
yeah, oh, totally.
I think like I lived in Guatemala for a time. I moved to Arizona by myself. Like all of these things, like it has helped me to understand myself and also understand the world better.
Yeah.
Totally.
And so I think that that's huge, just to like prepare yourself in the fact of like you don't have to have a job right away. Like if anything, you could make money on the side and like really just get the base for like rent if you need to pay for rent.
Yeah.
And like other than that, like travel and like do things because you have so much time and you're
Totally.
young and you have like the capacity to do that.
Cool.
And as I'm getting older, it is a lower capacity. I feel like I feel like I can do stuff, but it's not as easy to just move and pick up and go
Yeah.
as when I was 21.
Totally.
So
And me, Caleb, and Maya have talked about that before about like most people in Wisconsin, honestly, like born, raised, and live in Wisconsin forever.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
I
That's so
literally
true.
like know people in Wisconsin that have never left Wisconsin.
that's how Ohio is
And you
too.
guys
Which is
made
crazy.
it.
We made it. Well, because
Let's go.
like Caleb
Stand
and
up. Stand up.
because not me, Maya and Caleb almost were in state like
Yeah.
for college,
Oh,
and we're
wow.
like, literally, that would have been so crazy.
I had a huge scholarship for a different
Wow.
school, and I came here instead. But I like to think that that's
How
God
do you
thing.
feel about that?
Yeah.
Making that decision just generally to step out from what you were going to do to come here.
Caleb, you can go first.
Yeah, you
Me?
go.
Yeah, you haven't said anything yet.
Shoot.
Do you, I should say,
Yeah.
maybe like, do you regret it? Are you happy that you did it?
Oh, I'm so happy I did it. Yeah,
Why?
I would have been so miserable at the other
Okay.
school. They had like I looked at this like website that like rated academics, like drunkenness and whatever at the school. It had an A in drunkenness and like
Winning.
a C or a D in academics.
That's
Yikes.
crazy.
And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make it out of here.
We're going to do it big.
Yeah, we're
shaking
gonna make
his
it
head no.
big.
Do you think you would have been the same person if you had stayed in state?
Oh no, not at all, bro. I would have, yeah, I would have been such a different person.
And isn't that crazy? Like,
Yeah.
Literally.
It
you're
is
like,
crazy.
if I would have made one small decision,
Right.
you're like, it would have changed
The butterfly effect.
me.
Literally.
Yeah. Invisible stream.
But I think that
Possible
that's like the
string.
biggest thing though from 25
Yeah.
like and up. Like I feel like your life is not going to look how you think it's going to look.
Yeah.
Almost ever. Like you have no clue what you're in for, and so just like being like aware and open to that is huge. Like brace for impact for sure because everyone that I know sadly has had a hard time out of college
Yeah.
typically, and like it's not because they couldn't get a job or because, and sometimes it is, but I mean it's just you're learning a new normal. Like you've been
Yeah.
in such a
Yeah.
sheltered place and in a bubble literally, so like stepping out of that is really hard. So it's good, but it's really hard. I think that also, like, if we go into like a faith aspect of it, I mean, where's the need for a savior if everything's fine and good?
Oof.
So grab it and take it and like run with it because Jesus is awesome.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Okay. I have some questions about like category is like friendships. So, do you think you've outgrown friends since your early 20s?
I would say it depends on how fast you're going and where you're going. And it's also seasonal. But I would say overall, yeah, you do outgrow people, and not necessarily because they're bad for you, but you have to be, as you as your resources become more refined.
Yeah.
You have to be more selective. It's not that you
Yeah.
lose time or that you lose space or that you lose, like, I can only have 3 friends and now I can only have. It's more about like you have to be intentional about what you're giving and what you're
Yeah.
receiving, because you start realizing as you get older, the things that people say and the space that they take up in your life, it does start carrying more weight,
Yeah.
and they do affect you, and that's for good or for bad, and not the sense of like you need amazing people. I mean, that's up to you, but like you need to know your circles of influence.
I
Like
think that's
who's in
really
your
good.
inner circle, your outer circle, who's in your who's like in your impact zone, things like
Yeah.
that. But I would say you definitely, and faith in Jesus is a big one to steer some of those
Yeah.
directions and decisions that you make, because it's like, I'm going to just not initiate, for example, here. And then just by not initiating, especially for me growing up as a serial people pleaser, I started to see by just not being the one who's always initiating and
Right.
like putting all the effort in there, it's like I would see what my response would be from certain people, and a lot of people fell away because of that. Nothing bad happened. I didn't ignore them.
Yeah.
We never had a falling out, but just for me not initiating, that like covered like a good chunk of people
Wow.
Yeah.
that I had to. I was like, okay, cool, because the reason I did that was because like I need people who will also pursue me.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't. I was
That's
like,
true.
there's already so many things where I'm over people, and I'm gonna invest in people without needing anything back in ministry and in my jobs and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's like I already do that. I don't need to do that in my personal / free time.
Yeah.
It's like I need people who will actually do that for me,
Yeah.
because I had to become aware of like I know that I'm not. That when I close up or when I go through it and I close down, it's like I need people to break the shell back open.
Yeah.
And I can't do that with people who don't want to. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to force them to either, because
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
not their responsibility necessarily, which is okay.
Yeah.
Totally.
If you take anything from that, you need to be selective about your friends as you grow up. I think that's huge. I think it really is. It's the mutual, like how much do they pour into you? How much do you pour into them?
Yeah.
And if you're not pouring into them, they're not going to pour into you. So it does go both ways. And you can realize that after you pour into someone and they're not giving back, that's too much, and you can't be spending on something that isn't going to give you
Yeah.
anything in return.
True.
So
Yeah. That's good.
That is good.
Is it harder to make friends in your mid 20s?
I would say it's not harder to make friends. I will say it's harder to be known.
yeah,
Okay.
What do you mean by that?
Like it's like, I guess just like it's easier to make acquaintances,
Sure.
if that makes sense. And like and friendships,
Oh, I
like
see.
you have I have a lot of relationships right now in my life where it's like, oh, I see that person here always at that time, like at that coffee shop or at this event. And it's like I'm
Sure.
always, and I consistently see them, and it's like, and we hang out pretty consistently in the sense of like every 6 months. And so
Yeah.
like I consider them friends, but they're not like people who are again in my like inner circle.
Yeah. In like your guys' inner circle, like how many people do you think are genuinely
That's a
in
good
there?
question.
oh, it changes a little bit.
It does change. Inner circle. Right now, I would say there's 4.
yeah,
4, and I think that's healthy. I wouldn't ever try to go more than 5, because I don't think you can handle that. But
That's true.
I think in
I
my
agree.
inner circle, there's like 4 people who I'm having conversations, and I'm in spaces and places where we're like, it's like it really is no filter, or we're trusting each other to be like, here's where I'm at right now, and like here's my ugly or here's my raw thoughts
Yeah.
about something, and yeah, it's 4 people for me right now.
Yeah.
And I
That's
think
good.
in the hardest seasons, it's been like 2.
yeah,
And I think the max has been like 5, maybe 6, but it was
Yeah.
a short season where I was like, I really had the bandwidth for it.
Sure. How
Yeah.
about you, Allie?
I agree. I think mine's probably like 3 or 4. I think that like there are definitely people that I still like would consider like a part of my close circle sometimes, but 3 or 4 consistent people that I'm like intentionally pursuing and hanging out with outside of like work and church, because
Yeah.
that's a huge thing. And then like people that I can like reach out to and just like talk to about like life happenings
Yeah.
and like what's going on and stuff. So I definitely am very selective. I would say even in that 4 there's only like maybe 2 that I like really am close to, like
Yeah.
in it with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also because you go to them for different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because because I'm not trying, again, we're not trying to change each other, right? Or I'm not going to expect you to be away or say something that isn't of you. But so because of that, it's like the way you respond to the way that we respond to each other's like hurts or thoughts are going to be different. And so like when I want to feel validated emotionally and I need that kind of conversation, I have this person. When I need to be challenged, I'm going to go to this person. When I need someone who's outside of my who doesn't think like me at all, but we're still really close, which I'm thankful that I have, there's people for that.
Yeah.
So there's for especially for the type of things that you go through, like
Yeah.
sometimes I won't talk to someone about something in my inner circle because I know that they have like trauma with that. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to them.
Yeah.
Totally.
Or I'm going to talk to them about it in a very different way. They're just a little more guarded, not because I don't trust them, but because I'm also mindful of them.
Yeah.
So stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
We have technically 3 minutes left,
Period.
but
Well,
we can go a little
we
bit
can go a
over.
little bit
We can,
longer.
Oh,
Like,
I have to
start.
pee anyways because I drank so much water and stampede and
was-
whatnot. So
yeah.
this is great.
I was gonna say we can do like our mini speed round if we want,
Yeah.
or
Yes,
like
speed round.
speed
or
round.
whatever.
Speed round.
okay. I'm just gonna speed around some of these. Is a quarter life crisis real or
Yes.
not real?
Yes.
Have you guys already gone through
Yes.
them? Or are you in them?
In them.
Okay.
Went through it.
Okay.
I would say I'm coming on the outside of it.
Sure.
I'm definitely in it, but out.
What was like? Did you guys have like a main theme of your quarter life crisis?
What do I want to do with my whole entire life?
Okay.
Awesome.
Where do I want to live?
Girl, eat some vitamins. That would be the title.
Okay.
Great.
Eat some vitamins.
That's good. That's good. Do you have any regrets that you didn't do when you like look back on your early 20s? Like a regret of like, oh, I should have done that.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
would say for me personally, I wish I would have gone to GCU 4 years. That's one of my biggest regrets.
Sure.
Obviously, it would have been harder because it was during COVID. But if I could go back, I would definitely be here for 4 years.
Just because you loved it so much, or do you think you'd be a different person?
I loved it so much, but I also I think the 4-year college experience is so important. I for a while didn't think that it was important, and I was just like, whatever, it's just school. And when I experienced GCU and being here like full time, like that was a life-changing thing for me. So
Yeah.
I think 4-year colleges are great now.
Yeah.
But I did a gap year before, so I was
That's
not
true.
wanting to do 4-year college,
Yeah.
and then I did, and I loved it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
That's why I'm adding a minor, guys.
amen. You have any regrets or no?
Oh yeah, a bunch.
Okay.
I think generally speed around version would be like I wish I would have asked more questions and been
Yeah.
bolder and been more comfortable with the unknown and fear and cringe and uncomfort. Like just because the stuff that's on the other side, it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you end up finding it out 5 years later, and you're like, oh, this is the same situation when
Yep.
I was 22.
Yep.
It just has
Oh.
older language on it, and
Yep.
Yeah.
it's this, but it's the same wall of like fear that I
Rough.
needed to get over.
Yeah.
Dang.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
These are good.
Is there actually something good in your mid 20s, or is it just grief looking back and being like,
No.
oh, I wish
What
I
are
was
we
my early
talking
I think it's
about?
great. I
Do you
love.
think you're gonna retire after this?
I
Do you
love
hate your
No, but I
life?
just like hear like, you know, like you hear people so often being like, oh man, college, and now I just work and it's boring and it's
No.
done.
Right,
And I just
no, I
sit
get
in my
that.
room and I
I think
cry
we have
'cause
a
I'm not there.
unique
And there are
situation.
people like that.
Yes, I think we have a unique situation in that we love what we do, and
Yeah.
like we would have been doing this whether or not like we were. I don't know how to explain it. Like
We
I
have youthful spirits.
I don't know.
We have a light that can't be dimmed.
Hey.
We
No,
like
but,
to be thoughtful and whimsical, maybe.
Yes, I'm
I
a
love
whimsical
whimsy.
person, but
You are.
no,
She
I
says sitting next to Brenda, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
for real.
Brenda.
Whimsy. Hey girl. Hey girl.
is this
Hey.
Brenda?
Yeah.
Our trash can.
The way that she didn't know that, she's a fake fan. She's a fake fan.
Well,
Ali.
I know. Totally.
Well, I
I've
also
watched
found out right
episodes.
before,
Sometimes
so-
I don't watch the full episode. I'll be honest.
It's okay. We
It's
never
okay.
talk about Brenda on the pod.
Oh,
actually.
okay, good. I don't remember the question, but it's okay. Just
No, I
move
don't.
on.
Oh, there's a hair. In
Is your
my
life good or not?
Oh
Do
yeah,
you
it's-
hate
I
everything?
love my life. I think that like being 25 is so freeing. I like genuinely.
Really?
Like, midlife crisis aside, it's so freeing.
That's good.
I think it's what I touched on earlier. It's just that like I feel so much more confident in myself and who I am, and I don't feel bogged down by like the thoughts of other people.
I love that. What did
Okay.
you imagine your mid 20s to be like in your early 20s?
Oh, I thought I was
Like,
gonna
where'd
be
you think you were gonna
married.
be?
I thought I was gonna be married and having kids, and
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
glad that I'm not because I have so much that I'm like healing from to try to like be
Yeah.
a good mom.
Sure.
Period.
I thought I was gonna be insanely busy and overworked and like rich, famous, popular, but I know that none of that would have been sustainable. So I'm glad that I'm not yet.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see after
I'm
this
letting
album.
the Lord know.
Edwin A.
Hit
Edwin
the
A.
what's the album name? What's the album name?
Oh yeah.
Oh, should I drop it?
Drop it right now.
Sundwix did that
No
too.
one
He's
knows
really trying to
about
one
this.
up
Dropped an album on our
I do.
podcast.
No one knows about this publicly. About
Oh my
like,
gosh.
the name. It's only been word of mouth.
This is gonna be your
I
clip.
will-
This
Do you
is
wanna
your
drop
clip.
it?
So the clip is that my upcoming debut concept album is called Theory of Duplicity.
Ooh, okay.
That is
I
coming
won't
from,
elaborate, but it's
Yeah.
That's coming from the master of words
It's
himself.
insane.
Come on.
Anyways,
Wow.
do you want
Guys,
to do
you
one
heard it
more
here first.
question?
Or
Or you want to do two
Keep
more?
going, keep going, keep
Yeah.
going.
Okay. What did you
My
have
feet
to?
can hold it.
What's one thing you?
Literally.
What's one thing you had to unlearn?
Ooh, that's good.
Okay.
This is not a speed round question.
One thing-
Guys, these are just like really
No, this is good. This is good. One thing that I had to unlearn. Ooh. It would probably be something about like relational performing. Like
Yeah.
like faking it in like I'm fine, that I'm okay. It's like you don't
No.
gain anything from
You lose if
looking
anything.
cool in community, especially when you're with people who, if everyone would open up, you'd be dealing with you'd have the same exact like things. You'd have the same exact like you would be able to connect so much more if one person was like,
Yeah.
guys, here's where I'm all this
Yeah.
and this and that. It's like
Dang.
you gain nothing from faking it, and you actually gain everything from letting people know. Even if everyone else starts pointing at you and being like, well, and they lie, it's like that'll be their fault and that'll be their demise, not yours.
Yeah.
Dang.
I would say one thing that I have learned from Edwin that I feel like I had to unlearn. It's one of the biggest things that I will now share to anybody and everybody is
Yeah.
not to react and to ask questions. And so
Ooh,
like when
yeah.
somebody is making me so mad or did something that like I think they should never have done and I don't know why they did it, my question first is how do you feel like in like what you did in this moment, like what do you think about this, what are you seeing, like that kind of like just asking the question instead of being like why didn't you do this and why didn't you do that, it's like I'm just gonna calm down.
Hard.
That's
hard.
good.
Cold.
It's hard, but
psychology.
I will
Yeah.
like I just always have Edwin in my head. He's a voice going, ask questions.
I'm in your house.
It's good. Okay, another one. Who changed the most out of you two from early 20s to mid 20s? Who do you think changed more?
I don't know.
Equal?
I think equal because
Yeah.
different. We're
Different.
very different in that
Okay.
aspect, I think.
Yeah.
The way that we like blossom and like do
Very
things.
different.
And also because we're not the same age, there's things that I walk into that I know she's going to walk into next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I see it, like, especially with leadership and like pace of life.
Mm-hmm.
You'll walk into seasons where I start to see you as a leader or like in whatever thing. And I'm like, I remember when I did that. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not comparative of like she's catching up to me like I'm ahead of her. It's just that our seasons are different, but
Mm. Yeah.
they are still walking parallel to
Yeah.
some degree.
Yeah.
Good.
Dang, that's so cool. Okay, last one to wrap it all up.
Woot, woot.
If you had to give one piece of advice,
I knew it was
This
going
is
to be
good.
this. I was
This
thinking
is
about
good.
this
piece
as
of
I was
advice
getting
to your
ready.
20-year-old self, what would it be?
I was
Yes.
getting
You
ready.
can say
and I
it
was
straight
like,
to the camera.
We can.
oh Lord, which camera?
That one.
This one.
That
Yeah.
one.
Yes.
I haven't looked at this one the whole time. I've
Me
only
either.
looked at this one.
I've only looked at, I've just been
Dang it.
staring into Caleb's eyes, which is just the center camera.
That's crazy. Do you have one?
A piece of advice from my 20-year-old self.
Yeah.
Ooh, this might not make sense to many people, but what I would say to my 20-year-old self is that you are not meant to just tend to the garden. You are a main guest and you're invited to the table.
Period.
You told this story once in a.
I'm pretty sure I have it
thing.
written down somewhere.
It's,
Yes,
it's just
that's
from
such a good story.
the thread of my life is
Yes.
a very, very romantic and
Yeah.
fantastical story of like the Lord showing me how he sees me in my specific just walk of life,
Yeah.
at least in this past like 10 years. So
Period. We're gonna
That's
have to do
good.
another podcast with you guys. 'Cause
It's so fun. I
Yes.
We'll
love
have to
it.
elaborate more on that for
Yes.
viewers.
yeah.
Allie Bean.
2020 Allie is what I'm thinking of.
Mhm.
So like COVID pandemic. Oh, little Allie. You have so much ahead of yourself. And just do it. Take the leap and go because it was such a good journey to go on.
Aw, that's
Aw.
sweet.
So cute.
I love that. Wait,
To end,
did they? No, I was gonna say, do they have any advice for us in our 20s?
Oh, here we go. Real quick.
it could
Yeah.
be like specific.
Advice for you
I-
based off of what
my
I
immediate-
know of you.
I have
Yeah.
one.
Go for it.
I was thinking about this morning because I was thinking about the advice question. I was like, I know
Sure.
they're going to ask this question.
Yeah.
Well, because we knew the theme. So we were like,
Yeah.
okay, we know that this is going to come. I would say be as honest as you possibly can with everything that you do.
Okay.
To every relationship, to everything that you do, be your most honest self. Do not hold back.
That's good.
And if it hurts people, and that's okay. Because people need to grow and you need to grow.
Yeah.
So be as honest as you possibly can because you will always regret not saying something or holding back.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Thank you. that is really good. Yeah.
Mine's a two-parter.
Okay.
One is ask questions. Always ask
Hey,
questions
hey.
intentionally, especially
That's
when
the voice I hear.
Yeah.
especially when
Okay.
you feel emotions really high of any kind, good or bad. Use that as fuel to ask more questions like why, how, and not necessarily to get an answer to justify yourself, but just to because you can always understand more, you can always learn more, and from that you are always going to know how much you don't know,
Yeah.
which is a good thing.
Yep.
Which means because it's like
get humbled.
it breaks and raises the ceiling every time.
Yep.
It humbles you, it breaks pride, and all of those things are good, and therefore it allows you to be lifted up. And then I would also say, when you look at the people around you, you should work to or be able to get to a place of asking those people in your like inner / close circles, what's something that I do that you don't like, or what is something that
Receive
doesn't make sense,
criticism.
and be able to receive what would be on the other end of that because it is valid, especially if the person on the other end does love you and care for you as flawed as they are, and want the best for you. It's the best way to opening yourself up to feedback and the unseen parts of yourself that are good to not live in, but to be known, to know about, and to know your blind spots, and to have your ugly parts shown to you sometimes.
Yeah. I would say I have one more thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just came to me. Purity. Look for purity in everything
And
that you
hiddenness.
possibly can. Yeah, literally. I think that like if you are pursuing purity in every aspect of your life, your relationship with the Lord will be better. Your relationship with people will be better. Everything will be better. Your confidence will be
the
better.
value of everything
Yeah.
will increase.
Yeah. Purity is everything. And that means purity in secular music and like anything worldly, and like just knowing like what affects you and what emotionally can like change who you are and how you react and how you act, how you treat people. Like when you're taking in content, like being careful about what you take in, whether it be movies or social media or whatever it is. Purity, purity, purity. And I think that goes along with the honesty too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow.
Well, thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
That was really good, actually.
Yeah. I feel like you guys need to come back. I fear.
Yeah.
We might need to play a game next time
Yes.
too.
Yes.
Yeah.
We love playing
Yeah,
our
you
games.
love it.
chaotic alley.
I'm chaos.
No, I love it so much. Well, did you guys like the podcast?
was so
what would you
fun.
rate it? This experience.
Are we done?
Yes.
Or are we finishing?
10
We're
out of 10.
finishing. We're doing
Wrapping.
our.
Oh,
Would
Yeah.
recommend on Yelp.
love. First time on a long form video podcast thing.
Yeah.
No
Nice.
way.
No, literally same thing for us.
M&A
Yeah,
podcast
go.
debut.
Let's go.
Oh, wait.
I
This
love
is
it.
awesome.
What about you, Ali?
Cool.
I just think it was so fun.
Is it
10
better
out
than
of
you
10.
thought it was gonna be?
I think it was great.
Awesome.
I think that we have these kinds of conversations in real life, and it's just fun for like.
My life is a podcast.
No,
so
literally.
This feels
This feels
Yeah.
This
natural.
feels natural.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's fun.
Oh,
Nice.
this is so fun.
Yay.
Thanks for being
Yeah,
here, guys.
thank you guys.
The
Any
bed
oth-
podcast ever.
I think.
Let's go.
Any other thoughts, takeaways, Caleb?
What's your takeaway?
No.
You weren't affected by anything in this conversation at all.
I've been worried about this battery this whole time, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
The battery.
pressed.
And so therefore we say bye.
Good night.
Oh, guys, this was so much fun.
Thank you guys
Thank you
for
being
joining
here.
us
Make
today.
sure you go follow them on all the things that they do,
Yes.
and watch out for everyone's album. 'Cause what the
Heck yeah.
heck?
Let's
I
go.
love it. So
Okay.
I'm Vanessa,
I'm Maya.
and this has
Nope.
been.
Nope.
Oh, you say your name.
I'm Allie.
And I'm Edwin.
Yes.
And this is
the Taking Out the Trash podcast.
Podcast.
Bye, guys.
Nice.
There you go.
I have to be so bad. Can I tell you
Guys,
something? I have to
go.
be so bad.